Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Walking with God Through the Valley, Recovering the Purpose of Biblical Lament by May Young, narrated by Rebecca Lamb. 1. Introduction. When I began my research as a biblical scholar, I had no idea that lament would be my area of interest. What could have been a gloomy topic ended up being one that sustained my soul through my own trying times. My interest in this topic began when I went through a personal trauma. I was a young wife with 2 small children, married to a pastor who was church planting. We struggled through ministry and other family obligations, but due to his unfaithfulness, I found myself feeling alone and abandoned. My life fell apart, and I was devastated. It was through this experience that I learned about lament, a much-needed practice that sustained me through one of the most difficult times of my life. No one taught about lament in the church when I was growing up. Although I knew that life was not perfect and that we all go through trials, I was not equipped to face something so life-changing and overwhelming. I didn't know how to move on or process my feelings. I was broken and distressed, to say the least. I couldn't eat or sleep for 2 weeks because I was so depressed. My life felt like a bad dream that I hoped would dissipate when I woke up the next morning. But when the morning came and my circumstances remained the same, I did not know what to do. I felt abandoned, betrayed, lonely, and lost, and the only solace I found was when I prayed and read the Bible. Sometimes my prayers were just tears and loud sobbing as I offered up my pain to God. Other times I expressed my fears and anxiety about what the next steps were. I found myself reading the Psalms incessantly because they gave voice to my pain and uncertainties. I cried out to the Lord in my loneliness, and the truth in the Bible gave me hope. However, like the psalmist in Psalms 42-43, I found my emotions vacillating. There were days I felt hopeful that better days were ahead and that the Lord was with me. And other days I mourned the loss of a marriage and the sadness of a broken family. Through that period, I felt like I hit rock bottom. But much to my surprise, my lament did not lead me into an endless abyss of hopelessness. Rather, lament led me straight into the arms of God, my true rock and foundation. I realized that He was with me in my pain. He was close to me when I had no one else. He understood my feelings of loneliness and abandonment. Even when I vacillated in my emotions, His presence was close. There were times when my doubts got the best of me, but I had to remember the truth in His Word. My journey was not linear, but rather a winding path that gave me hope amid a broken world. The laments found in Scripture became the catalyst for the healing that my soul longed for. These prayers gave me permission to voice my pain to God and to wait on Him, even when I did not see any immediate change in my circumstances. Lament for today. As I continued my studies on lament, and as I experienced healing power myself, I quickly realized that lament was not just something for my personal life behind closed doors. Rather, lament can serve as a healing agent for entire communities of people. We are living in a time of uncertainty, with increased feelings of anxiety and depression stemming from isolation, racial injustice, wars, an increase in gun violence, and political unrest. The current social climate not only has caused anxiety, depression, suffering, and grief, but has also left us angry, confused, perplexed, and even numb about how to handle everything that is constantly bombarding our eyes, ears, and hearts. While lament is found throughout Scripture, it seems that only recently has the church recalled its importance. When I began teaching at Taylor University, a Christian liberal arts university in Upland, Indiana, I spoke about lament in several of my classes. Each time, several students confided that this was their first exposure to this concept, or that they had not heard much teaching on lament in their own churches. While there has been an increased awareness of lament in the past few years, many still do not know how to practice lament or why it's important for our whole selves. Furthermore, there is skepticism about lament in some spaces. I have even spoke to some Christians who view lament as antithetical to faith or confidence in God. Questions still abound. Is it not wrong to question, doubt, or wallow in grief? Does it not just exhibit weak faith? Is lament just being sad?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?